Today we are going to discuss an application of the central force, that is two bodies problem and its reduction to one body problem. Let us consider we have a system of two particles whose position with respect to the origin is we have two particles whose masses are m1 and m2 and whose position vectors are r1 and r2. These two particles have been separated by distance r between them. We can say that r1 is equal to r2 plus r. Okay, this implies that r1 minus r2 is equal to r. So far we have considered two masses m1 and m2 whose position vectors are r1 and r2 respectively, and they are separated by a distance r. Similarly, these two particles, these two masses have center of my mass at position vector r. Capital R. So the position vector of the position with respect to the center of origin of the center of mass is R. Let us consider these two masses, that is m1 and m2, are acted by gravitational force. These are under the influence of gravitational force. So m2 is facing a force, that is m2g, towards ground, to go toward negative y-axis. Similarly, m1 is facing a force that is downward, that is m1g. Let us assume that there is another force which is central force F, and this central force F is directed from m2 to m1, which means that m2 is pulling m1 towards itself with a certain force, that is central force F. Okay, we can assume this central force as to be, let us say these two masses m1 and m2 are charged q1 and q2. Okay, so let us say the charges are opposite in nature, then there will be a force of attraction between these two masses. The force acting on m1, the net force acting on m1 will be F1 is equal to m1g plus central force F. Okay, this implies that m1 r1 double dot is equal to m1g plus F. So let us just call this as our equation number 1. F2 will become m2g minus F, and this will be m2 r2 double dot is equal to m2g minus F. Equation number. So adding 1 and 2, we have m1 r1 double dot plus m2 r2 double dot is equal to m1g plus m2g. Implies that m1 r1 double dot plus m2 r2 double dot is equal to m1 plus m2 times g. Let's say this as equation number 3. We know that this r, that is the position vector of center of mass r, is equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2 divided by m1 plus m2. This implies that r times m1 plus m2 is equal to m1 r1 plus m2 r2. Differentiating both sides of these equations, we have m1 plus m2 r double dot is equal to m1 r1 double dot plus m2 r2 double dot. This is our equation number 4. We can compare 3 and 4, and we will have, comparing 3 and 4, we will have m1 plus m2 r double dot equal to m1 plus m2 times g. So m1 plus m2 is the total mass of the system. m1 plus m2 is equal to capital M. mr double dot will become mg. Let us say if the system is under this system was under the influence of gravitational force. If the system is under the influence of any other force, then any external force, then we can say that if system is under influence of any external force, then mr double dot f1 external plus f2 external plus up to fn external. So no matter how many forces are there, we can write this equation in this form. Okay, but what if our system is isolated? mr double dot is 0. Multiplying equation 1 by m2 and equation 2 by m1, we have m1 m2 r1 double dot is equal to m1 m2g plus m1f. So let us call this as equation number 5, and similarly m1 m2 r2 double dot is equal to m1 m2g minus m2f. This is equation number 6. So subtracting equation 6 from 5, 5 minus 6 will give m1 m2 r1 double dot minus r2 double dot is equal to, subtracting these two terms will cancel out, and we will have m1 plus m2 times the central force F. This implies that the central force F is m1 m2 r1 double dot minus r2 double dot divided by m1 plus m2. So this r1 minus r2 is the position between r1 and r2. If we differentiate this equation 2 times, this gives us r double dot is equal to r1 double dot minus r2 double dot. So we can use this value here, and F will become, central force will become m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 times r double dot. Let us represent this term m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2 is equal to mu. This term is called the reduced mass F is equal to mu r double dot. This mu is the effective inertial mass. It means that the total inertia of the system will depend on m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, so the total inertial mass of two bodies system is called reduced mass. Okay, and this reduced mass has some properties. Reduced mass mu is always less than or equal to m1. Reduced mass mu is always less than or equal to m2. So reduced mass m1 is always less than or equal to m1 or is always less than or equal to m2. So let us consider two masses. M1 is equal to 4 kg and m2 is equal to 3 kg. Let's say 6 kg. So mu is equal to 4 by 6 divided by 4 plus 6. 24 divided by 10 is 2.4, which is less than m1 and which is less than m2. Okay, so we have one property that reduced mass is always less than m1 and also always less than m2. Similarly, if the reduced mass by definition 1 over mu is 1 by m1 plus 1 by m2. So 1 over mu is harmonic, that is 1 over mu is equal to 1 over m1 plus 1 over m2. Similarly, number 3 is if m1 is equal to m2, then mu is equal to m1 divided by 2 or m2 divided by 2. Or you can replace m1 or m2 by one term and you will have, that is the reduced mass, the effective mass will be the half of the original mass of the system. Similarly, number 4 is if m1 is much smaller than m2, then reduced mass mu is equal to m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2. So the numerator term will become very small and denominator will be large. So we will have reduced mass is nearly equal to m1. Okay, so mu is nearly equal to m1 in this case. Okay, so these are the few properties associated with reduced mass. Next time we will try to find out the kinetic energy of this system, the Lagrangian L, and then the momentum, angular momentum and the linear momentum. Okay, thank you so much.